Alright, so I know some people had some issues with their Spectrum DX6i remote with their new 350QX front blade. So I made a quick video on how to just start the engines, but for some people who may be having some issues with the settings and everything, I'll walk through that and we'll go from there. So first things first, make sure you have your remote. And what I'd suggest is going online and printing off the manual. Even though one did come with it, I'd recommend printing it off, and that's what I did, and I ended up putting it in a binder. You can see it. So we'll be going from this one, the DX6i. I'll be following everything along here. Nothing else is different. So if you want to change it around and add your own, you're more than welcome to. But again, try to make this short and sweet, and if you have any questions, then feel free to ask. So let's get right into it. First things first, you want to make sure you have your remote on and powered or whatever. Go to a new mode that hasn't been used before, and after we go into that mode, what we're going to do is we're going to go to reverse setup. So go all the way down to the bottom of the setup list, and then you're gonna find reverse, and you'll hit on reverse. So you see how all of them are N? You're gonna want to find the gear, and you're gonna change that to an R. So gear over to an R, and we're done with this. So let's get out of here. So that's that. Next will be throttle cut. We're gonna go down one, and we're gonna activate that. So that's for our throttle cut on the top, the little button right there. And we'll go back to the main menu. So what else is there? So travel adjust. So let's go, we go all the way back. Okay. Travel adjust. There we are. Keep seeing me. Okay. So on travel adjust, the only things we're going to be touching, it looks like, is the gear. So there's the gear down at the bottom, and we're going to keep it at 100, and if we lower the gear, which is this knob right here, so we're going to flip this knob right now, and we're going to go back to here, and we're going to change the gear to, what does it say, minus 40, or 40% I should say. So go to gear, and we want it at 40. Having a hard time seeing. 40, there we go. And so I'll show you what happens if you flip the switch if you didn't know. So it's at 40. You can see it. Flip the switch, and it goes back to 100. So that's between your two modes, between safe mode, and then this will be stability mode. So we can exit here, travel adjust. After travel adjust, looks like we can go down to flaps. So we'll go down to flaps. So we're going to go to normal. So normal flaps is going to be plus 100 or up 100. So make sure that arrow is up, and we're going to go to 100. Perfect. And landing, we'll go minus or down 100. Just like that, and we can leave the flaps now. Oops, we can leave the flaps, we're all done. Don't touch the elevator. So next we can go to min 1. And in min 1, we are going to initialize it. Activate it, whatever you want to. We're going to change the throttle. So we're going to actually not touch the throttle at all, but we're going to change that over to gear. So we're going to keep going until we find gear. Oops, there's gear. Same thing over here, we're going to go to gear. Perfect. Once those are both done, we are going to look at the rate D. We want 0 at U, and after the U, we want it to be, or sorry, rate D is 0, and U, we want it to be plus 100. So we're going to go right up there. And 100. Perfect. So just like that. After that, SW, we want that to be max. mix, sorry, not max, mix. And the offset, we want it to be 0, which will be right here. Is that correct? Oh, sorry, that's it. I'm not touching anything else. So that's the mix done. So we can get out of the mix now. One of these ways. Alright, what does it say next? So throttle cut. Oh, there's one thing I did forget. So when you do go, when you're in your main menu, make sure it's on acro mode. So how to do that, go to your main menu, go all the way down to setup list, and then go to model type, and there's acro and heli. Just make sure it's on acro mode, so we'll just hit acro. Done. Alright, so that is how you set up your DX6i for the 350QX. And just some minor suggestions that I'd add is if you go all the way to setup list again, you can name your model. I named mine 350QX on my rear one, which I can show you. And I'd also suggest adding the timer. I set my timer for 6 minutes or 6.5 minutes, depends on how I feel. And that will give me enough time to fly it back and land it, because it lasts about 8 minutes. And yeah, everyone's different, so go crazy. But that's it. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. And there you go. So this is my real setup, 350QX on the DX6i. Alright, good luck everyone. Something that's not in the manual that a lot of people are having issues with, and I did another video on, was forget what these things are called, or not exactly sure. I guess it's the trim. You need to enable the trim 2 notches. Some people I've heard need to do 3 or 4. So I've included these pictures to hopefully help you understand what I'm talking about. And there were some words I may have said wrong or that, but this is my first video that I'm trying to take serious. My video camera wasn't the best again, but thanks for everyone who watched it, and I'll be making some more. Alright.